Yeah, just a second. Yes, now I can see. So this is for reverse the number, right? Okay.
Yeah, this is for calculator. This one.
Okay, okay, okay. All right. Can you execute it?
See here. So
Okay. 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 So now this is
I
fine. So
think
now,
I need to, for the continue, I need to add some loop in this
while
actually.
loop, you have to do.
Yeah,
Okay, you
Boolean
can
function.
add one more display message like 5 to execute, or you can say 5 to execute. Okay, so if the user enters 5, you can make sure the flag, you can bring the flag concept over here. Boolean flag equal to true, and then while flag, and you can bring your statements inside the flag. And you can say 5, exit. So if the user enters 5, you can say the flag as false. So which means your continuity will get break. Okay, you can try that.
Here it is.
Okay, okay, you have mentioned do at least to display. Okay, perfect. Okay, you brought like this. Perfect. Now say 5.
Sorry.
Okay, say no for this.
Okay. I will do now.
Okay,
I think
okay,
some
what you have?
message to display.
Mhm.
It's I mean breaking the operation, but one message
Enter
need to
presenter, presenter.
test. I
Then
need to
after,
enter to one message, I think.
okay, you press, I mean, you have pressed enter, right? Have you pressed the enter key?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Perfect. Okay, so another
This
one,
is
I
and
do
this
rectangles.
one is for calculator and this is for banking number.
Yes, yes, fine.
Banking, deposit money, withdraw money, check balance. In this, using a scanner, initial deposit amount in double balance 10,000. Then here creating the cases, case one, case two for deposit, for withdraw, check balance. Like
Okay, okay, perfect, perfect.
let's
Okay,
see to run this. So it is updating the balance.
Mhm. Okay, perfect. So these kind of programs we call like a command line program. Okay,
This
in the
is for
command line
reverse
itself.
number. This is
Mhm.
for reverse number.
Perfect.
Which loop we want to use? For loop, while loop, deal.
Okay.
3 to 1. Yes.
Mhm. Perfect. So which means now you are comfortable with the basics, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Now next we move on with the next concept that is arrays.
yeah.
Okay. We will go
Function
ahead.
overloading, I think we were discussing last time, function overloading.
Exactly. So function overloading, and function overloading means which comes under the polymorphism. Okay. Polymorphism. Poly, that is many forms.
Okay.
Okay. So one function name, multiple multiple parameters, like multiple forms you are giving. So one function name with different data types or different parameters. Okay, those things. Now what I do, let me share my screen with you. Let's go ahead with another topic
Function with argument.
that we have discussed,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So coming with the functions part, if you see, functions, your normal functions also we have discussed, and functions with arguments also we have discussed. But before we move ahead, let's talk about the one more concept, that is arrays.
Okay.
Okay, so today
Yeah,
we are going to talk about arrays.
yeah.
Now, my question is, if you want to store multiple values of the same type of data, how will you store it?
Using array.
So perfect, yes. So we will be making use of an array. Now, what is an array? What is an array? So array will store multiple values of same type. Okay, multiple values of same type. That's all. Okay, so if more than one value, if you want to store, you can go ahead with the arrays. We cannot create multiple variables. Okay, we cannot create multiple variables to store the multiple values when it comes with the same data type. Okay, so you can store all the values in one variable, that is array. So now how do you declare?
We can use multiple values in the same
If the
variable,
multiple values is of the same type, for example, let me say like
like
num1 equal to
int,
5,
int
num,
and string we can use or number
yeah,
only numbers
no,
like
you can use anything. You can use a string also. Okay, you can also string like hello.
we can also string, but we can declare one variable and in that we can give string as well as number also, int also, both.
No, that you cannot give. That you cannot give. See, that is what I said. Same type of data. For example, if in that case, if you have like this, yes, well and good, you can do because it is string, right?
Hmm.
10 is a string because it is enclosed in the quotation. Okay, so it enclosed in the quotation, so it is of the same type. Okay, but you cannot give like this. String 4 is equal to 10. You cannot give like this because it is invalid. It's invalid. Now, how do you declare an array? Array can be declared in two different ways. Okay, in two different ways. The first one is you can say your data type and the square bracket. The square bracket is important because the square bracket will say the array. Okay, array should always be present on the, if you want to declare the array, then definitely you have to put this square brackets. Okay, square brackets. Now you can say, now let's say like, values. The second way is like, you can say string values. Like this, you can declare. Either you can declare, either you can put the square brackets after the data type or after the variable. But when you say array, the square bracket should be there. Okay, should be there. And we do have a best practice for array. Okay, so the best practices. What is the best practices? So you have to use the array when the number of elements is fixed. When the number of elements is fixed. Okay, when you know the fixed number, if you say 5 elements, go ahead. If you say 10 elements, go ahead with the array. Okay, so use the array when the number of elements is fixed. And coming over here to the next, if you see, array is preferred when there is no frequent checks. No frequent checks or comparisons, okay, made on the array element. Okay, there should not be no frequent checks or comparison for this. And you return an empty array instead of null to avoid the runtime exceptions. The third best practice is like you have to return an empty array instead of returning a null. Okay, so this will avoid the runtime exceptions. Now coming over here, let's write a program. Now coming over here, I'm just going to say, and let me say like array demo. Now coming over here, okay, I'm going to declare. Okay, I'm going to declare. So I can say like int value. So either I can give here or either after the value I can give. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say new int of 3. So here what I'm doing, I'm declaring. Along with that, I am initiating. Initialization is also happening over here. Okay, here declaration and initialization are combined in the single step. Okay, declaration and like that is also combined in a single step. Okay, now coming over here, though I said 3, okay, though I said 3, you have only 3 elements. You can store only 3 elements. Okay, you can store only 3 elements. Now coming over here, if you see, if I say value, if I print value over here, just see what it gets printed. Okay, just to see what it gets printed. Can you see? Okay. So when you print an array name, okay, when you print an array name, that will print the values only. That print the object where the array is stored, because array is array stores in the continuous memory location. Okay, array stores in a continuous memory location. So when you have like this, so if you have a different variables, let's say like your string 1 will store in one place. Okay, your string 1, let's say like address location 10. Imagine. Then your string 2 stores at the address location 100. Your string 3 that stores in 1000. So different locations. But if you combine it with the array, the values which are present in the array that will store in the continuous memory location, which means like 10, and then let's say like 14, 18, like this. In the continuous memory location only, it will be stored. Okay, it will be stored. So that is the reason we will say this array as a array stores the element, we can say. In the continuous memory location. Okay, array stores the element in the continuous memory location. Now, if you want the array elements to be printed instead of the object, maybe this is like memory address where it is stored, object of the memory address where it is stored.
So this is a location, random location. It has been
It's
picked up from the memory.
where it is stored, where your value is present, there it is stored. Now, if you want the value to be printed, then you can say toString, value dot toString. Okay, you can use the your array name. Here you have to say arrays that comes from the util package dot toString, and you can pass the integer value over here. Can you see like this? So if you want to print the elements, okay, from the array, either you can use the loops to iterate and you can print it out. If not, you can go ahead and say arrays dot toString of your value. Now let's go ahead. Can you see? 0, 0, 0. Why it is printing 0? Because we have set int. Now, if in that case, if I say string, what will be the default value I will get over here?
Some memory location, no? Null. Okay.
I'll show you the difference. When you say value alone, then that will print the memory location. But when you say arrays.toString, if you want to print the value, then you can go ahead with the arrays.string in a one single line. Okay, in one single line, if you want to display the value, then you can go ahead with the arrays.toString and the value. Now coming over here, you want it one by one. Then you can go ahead and iterate. Okay, you can go ahead with an iterate. So now coming over to the iterate, so either you can use for loop or while loop. Now, if you know, okay, if you know the number of iterations, then I said you can go ahead with the for loop. Here you have two kinds of for loop. One is you can iterate with the value. Another one is you can iterate with the index. Okay, two things you can do. Okay, one, you can iterate with the value. So now coming over here, if you see, now let me say here string that represents the data type, and this string is like just a variable name for the elements inside the array. Okay, so you can say like str, or you can say like whatever you can say, and this denotes the value, the name of your array. So now coming over here, if you say val, now can you see null, null, null? I'm not assigning value as of now. We will assign it, okay? But before to that, let's see. So this is like direct. You can fetch the value. The another one is you can iterate with the index. Okay, so this for loop is iterate with the value itself, or iterate with the elements, we can say. This is iterate with the index. Now, what is this index? Now, when you say sequence of elements, okay, it will be like this. It will be like this. Now,
it will start from 0 or 1.
Exactly. So the index, each and every elements in the array are addressed with the index position, and that index starts with 0. So now coming over here, 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so index starts from 0, 1, 2, and 3. Now, if you want to find the total length of your array, then you can say index plus 1, total number of index plus 1. So the 3 plus 1, that is 4. So we have 4 elements. Okay, we have 4 elements. Okay, the index always starts with a 0. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Now coming over here.
So how you will write for this?
For int I equal to 0,
I
I
is
less than
equal
your value
to
dot length. This value dot length, okay, what it will print is like, it will print the total number of elements in the array.
less than or equal to? Less than equal to
I'll
or
show you the
less than?
difference. Total number, sorry, length of an array, let's say, length of an array. Okay, now before to this, let's see over here. Can you see? Length is 3. Then 1, 2, 3, you cannot say 0, 1, 2. Then only you can say. So length is 3. So you can go ahead and you can say less than alone. If you say equals to, then 3 is also will be considered, but that will be the out of index. Let me show you. Okay, let me show you. System. And here you have to say value I. Your array name, square bracket, within the square bracket I. Here I represents the index element. First time I will be 0, so value of 0, so 0 index position value will be retrieved and printed. Then next time 1, then 1 element will be retrieved and printed. Then 2 is less than or equal to 3, condition true. Then second position, second index will be printed. Now coming to the next, 3 is less than or equal to 3. Now coming over here, value of 3 we don't have, right? 0, 1, 2 only we have. 3 we don't have. So in that case, here you will get an error called index out of bound. You can see over here, index out of bound. So here you should not give equals to, you just want to say less than, that's it. Okay, you can see over here. Okay, you can see. Now let's assign the value to the array. Okay, how you can assign a value? Okay, you have declare, you can you have initiated, you have initiate the value to that. Okay, so declaration and installation is already combined in the way. Now how you will assign the value? So how will you assign the value? So coming over here, you have to say your array name, square bracket 0 equal to hello. Then value, square bracket equal to welcome. Then let's say value 2 equal to let's say like arrays. That's all. Like this you can. Now coming over here, can you see? Hello, welcome arrays. Length of the array is 3. Hello, welcome array. Hello, welcome array. Now either you can assign the value like this, or you can get the value from the user. Okay, you can get the value from the user. So for that, we will be using the scanner from the util package. So now.
So this is a printing. First, it is printing the location value only, value function. Then after that, array to string, it will print the string whatever it is argument is given. Then
Yes.
after that, whatever we have passed. Then after that, length of an
Mm.
array. Then after that, it is printing all the elements in that.
Yes.
Then
So,
iterate with the index.
mm,
Okay.
okay. So you're iterating with the index and iterating with the elements. Two things you are doing it. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's say like you don't want to hard code the value. Okay. You don't want to hard code the value. You can get it from the user. Okay. You can get it from the user. How do you get it? How do you get it? Every time you have to say enter the array, enter the value for the index 0, enter the value for the index 1, enter the value for the index 2. Like that? We can't do like that, right?
Yeah.
So what you can do is you can go ahead with the iteration again. Okay, you can go ahead with the iteration. So let's say like for int I equals to 0, I less than value dot length. Okay, then you can say value, sorry, I plus plus. Now here you can say sys enter the value. Enter the value.
So what
Okay,
about
now
that value 0, value 1 that you define?
that
That
we will do
no
it.
need
That
to,
we will
no
do
need
it.
for that.
That we will do it. One second. First, we are getting the value. So enter the uh, one second. Enter the I plus 1. Okay. So 0. Enter the yeah. Enter the first value, second value. Okay. Then you can go ahead and you can say value of I equal to system. What do you call
Yeah.
for the scanner? If you want to assign it, what do you call? If you want to get the input, what do you call? You'll say scanner dot
Scanner,
next.
new scanner system dot in.
Next. That is this one, right? We have declared, but I want to wait to put a hold, right? So I'm just
Yeah.
saying scanner dot next. Now, why I am saying scanner not next? Why I am saying scanner not next?
To take the next value. Once it has been executed, the first value executed, it will take the next value.
Because it is a string, right? So that's a reason. Okay, either you can say next or you can say next line. Okay, next line. If you want to read the entire line as a string, you can go ahead with the next line. Suppose if it is an integer, then you will say next int, right?
Yeah.
Next
Yeah.
int.
Yeah.
Hmm? Okay, now let's go ahead and let's do this. So enter the value. You can see, let me show you the difference. Yeah, now coming over here. So hello, welcome array. This is the default. Okay, let's say like initial array. Initial array elements. Okay, you can say the initial array elements are this. Now enter the enter value 1 or whatever it is. So now I'm saying like Peter. Enter the value 2. Mary. Value 3. John. That's it. See, Peter, Mary, John. Length of the array is 3. Iterate with the elements. Peter, Mary, John. Like this. Right? So either you can provide like this, or you can, if you want to get it from the user, you can go ahead.
But
Now
this
let's
time both are executing. We have put it value 0. This all this also. Can we just we need to comment or no need to
which
comment?
one? Which one?
This
See, this
one we
also has been
initialize.
taken.
This is not required, na, I think.
No, now this is not required. Now coming over
Okay.
here,
Can we
even
do again? Can we do run again? This.
yeah, you can. So initial
Yeah.
array elements are null because as of now we didn't give any value. If you say like John, Mary, Peter, John, Mary, Peter. In
Yeah.
what
This is.
order you give, in the same order it will get printed. Now again, if you want to get the size of the array also from the user, Okay, if you want to get the size of the array also from the user, you can get it out. How you can do it? Instead of 3, you can say scanner dot next int. Either you can say scanner dot next int over here itself, or you have to say like int array, let's say like array size equal to scanner dot next int, and you can print a message over here. Okay, you can print a message over here by saying enter the array length, or enter the size of the array, enter the size of the array. Here you can provide the array size. Okay, now you're going to declare in the program itself. So you're not hard coding the element length also, right? 3, 5, like that. You're not hard coding it. Directly you're going to get it from the user. So now enter the size of the array. Now if I say 5, initial elements of null, null, null. Okay. Now I want to say like, okay, it came automatically. Let me say over here. Though it is a string, I have to say John. Uh, let's say like okay. All right. So you can see, I'll just execute one more time. So enter the size. I'm just saying 5. So what is happening? Enter the value 1 and value 2. It is coming automatically, right? Okay. So now we have to check it out. So it starts from the 0 length of the array. Code is perfectly fine. Okay. So code is perfectly fine. It has to wait over here. But why it is not stopping over here? Let's see. Hmm.
Can you take only one value?
Yeah, let's say 1. Hmm. 0. Once again, 0. Okay. So now when your code is not running as expected, you can go ahead with the debug. So debugging. Okay. Now coming over here, debugging, if you see, you have to keep the breakpoint where you want to stop the code. Okay.
So how you
Where you
will
want.
put the breakpoint?
Yeah. Now you have the numbers over here, right? So where you want it. So now after initial array, I want to put a hold, right? Because I want to see what is happening. So I just putting breakpoint over here. Can you see? Double click on the number. Double click on the number, the line. Okay, double click on it. You can see the breakpoint over here. Okay, you can see the breakpoint. Now to debug, to run this in the debug mode, you can see this bug, right? You can see this bug,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
just click on that. So it will run in the debugging mode. Okay, and it will be moving on to the debug perspective. Okay, so you can just come over here. You can just run it. Okay, it will be asking whether you want to change the perspective also. Okay, you can say that. Now let's enter the size. Let me say 4. Can you see? As soon as you enter, once you've given the breakpoint, right? Once you've given the breakpoint, it will come over there. Okay, now I'm stopping it. For example, let me say over here, okay, let's say like,
No,
you
but how
have,
you came to know that I need to write this? It was showing anything in that?
sorry, come again.
No. You put it the breakpoint, then you entered the value, then some no, a message appeared. So in
Mhm.
that, anything was written in that
That
message?
I will come. One second, I'll show you. I'll just have a thing over here. You have entered, let's say like array size. Okay, Now let's see. So now I have given the breakpoint over here, right? So now click on the bug. Now you can see your line is executing. So if I say 4, you can see you have entered 4. After that, what it will come? It will come to the next line, but there is a breakpoint. So it will asking you to switch the perspective to the debug mode. As of now, you are in the programming mode. Okay. So you want to switch this perspective. Just click on the switch. So you will be in the debugging mode. So you can see the debugging lines over here. Okay. And can you see the variables? You can see the breakpoint where you kept. You can see the expressions over here like that. Now coming over here. Okay. So now can you see the breakpoint line is highlighted, right? The breakpoint line is highlighted. So initial array elements. Okay. Initial array elements. This one. So now can you on the top? Okay. On the top, you can see this. Okay, step into, that means next line you can go inside the block. Step out means you don't want the block, just go outside of it. So that is one. So now I'm going to step inside. Okay, so step inside means what are the things that will happen? Everything will be come over here. See, can you see arrays dot class? Arrays dot toString we said, right? So it is going inside that particular method. See, here we given arrays dot toString, right? So it directly goes, it went to the arrays class to the toString method. Now what I do, I'll just come out of it. Come out of it. Okay, I'm just coming out. Okay, I'm just coming out. Okay, I came. Now you can see my value, 4 values are here, null. Okay, 4 values are here, null, array size is 4. Okay, now coming over, next step in. Okay, again it is coming. Let's step out. Step out. Step out. Now, step in. Step out. Now it is coming to the for loop, right? You can see initial array elements are null, 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 null is printed. Okay. Now what you can do is you can go ahead and step in. So now I equal to 0, I less than value dot length, I plus plus. Now once you say step into, you can see here the value I is referred as 0, right? I is referred as 0. Here only we wanted to see, right? Why it is coming to, it is not giving a break, and I mean, it is not giving a hold and coming, right? So you can say step into. So here, let's say step into. So this is println. So it is going with the print class. Now you can see value 1 dot next line, right? So if you say next, it is working perfectly fine, I think, but it is in a hurry, it is going. That's it. Let's see. Okay. So now value dot scanner next line, it is pointing. Okay. Just not picking it. Okay. Next. So coming over here, though I entered 34, it is checking for the 1, which means like it is not covering. It is not covering. So what I
think
do
it
is,
is the first value it is giving to second value, I think, if I'm not.
yeah, that is what. So now value of I, but here we are mentioning it as 0, right? So 0, that is like that is what take it out.
In the print you have in the int you have given value dot length I plus plus. Is that required I plus plus, or only I is required here? Can you put I only?
If you say I only, then it will come with 0. Okay, it will come with the 0. Let me show you. Let me switch to the program mode. If I say I, it will come with Enter the size of the array 2. Can you see 0, 1? Right? No, like
No,
some.
go to the debug mode. I want to see whether it's going to the 0 or whether it's going to 1. Like before it was going to first instead of 0. Now I want to see whether it is going to 1 or 0, the value that you are entering.
Coming over here, let's see. See, switch. So now I'm just looping in the for. So
You
step
now
into
enter the
I
value.
is 0. Now we'll go there. Stepping out. Stepping out. System.i. Okay, it will take the I only. See, enter the 0 value. Okay,
Oh,
comment is coming over here. See, value of 0, it is coming over here. Okay. So value is coming over here. So if you enter it, 3, 2, so it is coming over here. It is asking enter the value 1. If I say 35, see it is combined as 30 to 35 on the value 1.
so that is not correct. You need to put I
Mm,
plus 1 only there. Enter the I plus 1. And in the
I
this
plus
line number 20, can you put
mm.
in the line number 20 after value dot length, then after that I plus plus is there, na? So do we need to put only I here or
No, no, no,
I?
same thing only. I plus plus only. I plus plus only. So this plus is nowhere going to change your 0. Okay. This is nowhere going to change your this one. Mm, if you want, you can print and see the I also.
No, the problem is that when you are assigning value, na, first value, then it is taking the place in the memory, it is taking the second place instead of first. This is a problem, I
That is
think.
what, see, that is what coming over here. Automatically, it is getting skipped the first element.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
it
yeah.
should not. So we have to put a hold over here. Okay, just a second. Let me say this particular one. Here, it went good. Even when we added the element, right? When we added the element without asking.